So I caught up with Eric, the spy, the former Chinese spy, and it was fascinating to hear about how the Chinese secret police thinks and works. For example, they use strong business ties to further their spying work. Or, for example, they would spend a long time and expend a lot of energy and money in order to build a network up from the periphery. And what I took away from that conversation was that he feels like Australia's counter-interference is actually stepping up, because he feels like this is probably the first time that spying work on a local community organisation has been caught out. And, you know, that level of sensitivity he feels is quite warranted. So I started by asking him what this arrested woman may have been doing, spying on a Buddhist organisation. Take a listen. Why do you think she is trying to collect intel on a Buddhist group?
根据现有的报道来看的话，原因比较明显。因为这个
According to current reports, the reason is obvious, because this religious organisation has branches in China. To the CCP, any religious group that is not public must be monitored and intel collected on it. Using the Australian unit to infiltrate seems a good choice.
中的一些信息。
So what happens to the intel that's gathered?
当这个信息
Once the spy feeds the intel back to the level above, this intel and other information would be consolidated and reported to senior levels, but the intel would be carefully chosen and filtered so as to protect the agent. The intel would be gleaned for information on the organization's members in China, and using that to decide whether to wrap things up or continue spying.
然后同时他们会根据这些信息来监控。
So what types of groups are more vulnerable to infiltration and interference in Australia?
我想主要有两种。
Two types: those with connections to China, for example in politics and religion, and those with branches in China and may affect China's political security. The CCP would be extremely interested. We know that ensuring political security is a priority for them. Another type is those local organisations with large amounts of sensitive data, like telephone numbers and personal data. For example, after the report on me came out last year, I received a strange call from Thailand. That was not a coincidence. I think Australia's telecom system has already been infiltrated.